Okay, so developments in the tariff war, the so-called tariff war between Canada and the U.S., not so much of a war, really. Let's see. Canada being the only country other than China to do retaliatory tariffs on the U.S., it didn't work out. So everybody else got deals, we didn't, and now we're just being reset back to zero, having wasted months and causing damage to Canadians, to the Canadian economy. Why? Also that Mark Carney could put his elbows up and pretend to be a tough guy. Prime Minister Carney to hold news conference amid reports that Canada will remove many retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. So, let's see. What does this say? Here from this is from the National Roast. The National Roast. A celebration of life. Elbows up. 2025 to 2025. We will never forget you. LOL. There's elbows up. Officially dead now. Rowan posted this. After capitulating to Donald Trump and getting nothing in return, Mark Carney states, as I've emphasized in recent months, that steady process of Canada-U.S. integration is now over. It's just, none of it makes any sense. This is a guy who told us, well, Rosemary Barton's teleprompter also told us that Mark Carney is this great negotiator and he knows how the world works. Doesn't really feel like it's so much.
As a result of a series of trade agreements, starting with the Free Trade Agreement of the 1980s, the Canadian and the U.S. economies have become steadily more integrated, continually more deeply connected. As I've emphasized in recent months, that steady process of integration is now over. As a result of a series of trade.
So what is it? What exactly are you doing? Exactly? He's in a weird place because his dream of leading the EU in some global trade war against Trump has not materialized, as obviously it never was going to. He's realizing that any dream of really integrating further with the EU is pretty much gone as well. Obviously, the United States would never allow that, would never allow the EU to accept Canada into the EU, as if the EU wanted to do that. I mean, I could see that they would take on the basket case that is Canada to use as a bargaining chip against the United States, but that's why the United States would never allow it in the first place. So what is it? What's going on? Yeah, the Europe thing isn't working out so great. It turns out they don't want that much of our cheese. So what's happening? So it's over with the United States, but also we don't have anything else. We've also got massive tariffs, worse tariffs on us, much worse tariffs from China. So what's happening exactly? Let's see. President Trump reacts to PM Carney's removal of Canada's retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Let's see. What does Trump have to say about all this?
Call with Prime Minister Carney of Canada yesterday morning.
Yes.
Canada is taking away some retaliatory tariffs.
He's removing his tariffs, yeah. He's removing his retaliatory tariffs, which I thought was nice. And we're going to have another call soon. Okay. Yeah, we had a very good call.
You're getting closer towards an agreement country?
I like them. You know, look, I'm fighting for the United States. Canada and Mexico have taken a lot of our business over the years, over 25, 30 years. Especially during the Biden years. They took a lot of our business, and it's basically all coming back into the United States now. We're hot as a pistol, and it's coming back in. Because of tariffs and the incentives we give, it's coming back. And it's impossible, I think, for another country to stop it. And we are working on something. We want to be very good to Canada. I like Carney a lot. I think he's a good person. And we had a very good talk yesterday. So I think it'll be good.
Geez, liberal voters. I wonder if that was more reverse psychology. You know, I doubted that. You know, I kept hearing this. Well, it was a joke that the liberals were saying when Trump basically endorsed Carney, that it was reverse psychology. But then I looked on X and yeah, they actually seem to really believe that. Is this reverse psychology again? I don't know. I don't think it was ever reverse psychology. I think he genuinely believed that Mark Carney's policies would drive Canadian businesses to the States, as is now being said by Pierre Poilievre, which, let's go there. Hold on a second.
Well, I understand Donald Trump's priority is to take Canadian jobs and move them to the United States. He's been very blunt about that.
Who's been saying that forever? Who's been saying that the entire time? So is it reverse psychology with Trump when he says he keeps saying that he likes Carney? I don't think it is. I think he does. I think Carney serves his purposes very, very well. But in any case, Canada was one of 2 countries that had retaliatory tariffs against the United States. The other one was China. But all that it did was allow Carney to say elbows up, pretend to be a tough guy, right? While everybody else in the world was getting deals. So well done, elbows up. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.